Hey, it's Shantae. I know you loved my ClickUp Social Media Manager workflow video, so today we're diving deeper into something I get asked about constantly, which is how to make ClickUp actually look on brand. If we're honest, ClickUp can look pretty basic out of the box, especially compared to Notion's clean aesthetic, but the thing is, ClickUp is incredibly powerful for managing clients and workflows once you know how to customize it properly. So I'm going to show you exactly how to style your ClickUp workspace so it's both functional and visually appealing, because if you're going to be spending hours in there every day, it might as well look good, right? Okay, so there's quite a few places that you can customize ClickUp. It's not going to look exactly like Notion, but you can definitely make it cute. And this is what mine looks like. The first thing I'd recommend doing is going to your personal settings, and this is going to change like the colors of buttons and different things throughout the space. You got to go to your personal account, and again, this is only for your specific account, so it doesn't transfer over to anyone else's view. They have to change it themselves. So you're gonna go to themes, so over in the profile button, go down to themes, and you can select light, dark, or auto, and then you have a variety of colors that you can choose. Mine is pink, which is why the little buttons and like little accents and things are that pink color. So unfortunately you have to stick to this color palette, but you will hopefully find something that you like. Next, we will take a look at the sidebar. So for example here, these are spaces. So these are the different spaces that you can have. Actually, you can have any space you want, but see how I'm hovering over it and it's that pink? If I were to change the theme, it would change the color. In the sidebar itself, there are some things that you can customize. So the space here, that's the main folder. You can change the icon, which is this guy over here, the little thumbnail, to anything that you want. So they do have the color and icon. So click the little 3 buttons over here for settings, go to color and icon, and then they have a set number of colors you can pick from, or they have quite a few icons that you can choose from, which is nice if that's your thing. Otherwise, you can upload directly what you would like, and that's what we have is our logo over here. Now inside the spaces, you can also customize a little bit the folders themselves. So make sure your folder is selected, and again, the 3 dots, and go to folder settings, folder color, and then you can pick a color. Now this one, it does allow you to create your own colors, so that is helpful. You would just go to either add the status and change the color, or change color, and you can use a little tool dropper. It lets you put in a hex code, so that at least is very customizable. You cannot change the icon though. That stays a folder. Now if we zero in a little bit more, you can customize the lists here, which is what these are technically considered. So you can change the color and icon here, and here again, you can create custom colors just like we did before. So you have the hex codes, and it's the same icons that they have available in the other areas. So for example, this is the default icon. I could change it to whatever I wanted, along with the color. One thing I will note though is if you have a ClickUp doc within the list space, you cannot change the color or the icon of it. This is how it looks. So there are a little bit of limitations, but you could get something pretty like this. Now inside the lists themselves is where the tasks go. So let me show you those. You can set up your custom views over here, whatever you want it to look like. Scroll down so you can see everything. But what I recommend starting with is going to customize. And there's a lot of options for you here. You can change what the view is. You can change the layout options. You can make it show empty statuses, pin the description, which is helpful if you have any text that you want displayed over the top here. It's just always there. You can put images in there. You could put anything you want essentially in there. You can also wrap text. So if you don't want this cut off and you want to see it the whole time, you could do that. You can show task locations. Personally, I think this clutters it up, so I don't like having that on. Properties, same thing. You can do that so that you can see stuff, but I kind of like it turned off. I also keep show subtask parent names off just because it cleans it up. You can also show closed tasks, so anything that's been marked complete. If you want it to stay there, you can turn that on. Same thing for subtasks. And if there's any tasks from another list that have been duplicated to this list or is on multiple lists, you can decide whether you want that shown or not. If you go into fields, you can customize these as well. There's a lot that they already have. You can create a new one. What I like to do is create a drop down. Let me type it here. Custom drop down or just drop down. And here you can change the name of the drop down as well as the color. You can select from their regular color palette, or again, you can enter your own hex code. And so you will see those in the drop down sections. Now, the one thing that is not in customized view is the status section. It's how tasks inside ClickUp are organized by default. You can change that, but this is how I like to have it. So anything in my to-do list, these are all of the tasks that need to be completed. To change the name of this and the color, you're going to click the group options over here, edit statuses, and then you can create your own. So these are all the different statuses. And again, you can change the color. You can make it so it's for this specific list only, or for the entire list, or everything that's in the folder. So it's really customizable. And again, you can change the color and also select a custom hex code, which is what we like to do. Okay, and another way I like to use the drop downs is planning my own content. So over here, you'll see I have kind of the task name, which is going to be the post name or the hook. I have a posting date selected. I have the phase, which I did not make these on brand because I did it quickly, but there's awareness, interest, or conversion, basically the point of the post. But over here, I selected the color palette. And I entered all of my different post color palettes that I use within branding so that I know what order needs to happen, what this post color needs to be, because I have a specific grid that I like to use as far as colors go. So I have all of that in order. And so it makes it very easy for me when I'm creating to know what it is that I should do. And again, you can add the custom colors in here as well. Now inside the tasks themselves, so if you click over here, and you open up the task, there are different things that you can customize. So this is the status where we can change the color of it and the name. So I have all of these as months because this is a content calendar. So all of the posts for January, for example. And then inside the description, they have a lot of customization options for your text. So not only can you embed like YouTube videos and drop downs, toggles and all of that, but what I like to use are their banners and badges feature. So if you highlight what you want to turn into a badge, you can change the text color here, whether it's just the text you want to change. If you want to give it a highlight look like this, the badge gives it that rounded look, which is what we have here and here as well. They also allow you to create buttons that you can have people click to navigate somewhere else. So if you did have something that you needed the client to access, you could create a button for it if you wanted to instead of just a regular link. So you would type in the little slash key and then select button or type button. And then it lets you pick the color, which there's a very limited color palette, unfortunately. Let's just call it this. And we'll put my website in here and we'll make it a pink button and we'll add the button there, and that's what it looks like. And you can click on it and it'll take you where you need to go. You can also change the alignment and the color and everything in the little settings here. Now, something else that you can do that we have in the content calendars is a platform drop down. So for example, let's say we have posts here. For the platforms, we change the colors to ideally be what the platform's logo color is, but you can change that to whatever you want. But that's how we do it, so that you also have the platform so you know what that's being posted on. We have a posting date, due date, and then we also have the content type, which we just made this color. You can make it whatever color you want. These are emojis added in here in front. You can't select icons, but we added emojis. And then we also customize the status section. So what's ready for review, that is a custom drop down as well with a hex code. revision request, ready to send, all of that. You can add and edit options right there. So that makes it easy. Another option you have to set it up is in board view, and this is for our more aesthetic and feed-minded clients. They want to see what everything looks like on the feed. So we have it set up so it looks like this, and you can add an image in there and it'll show it right above it. You can show the assignments, the due date, if it's important as far as priority goes, and you can edit however you want. We have it grouped for post 1, post 2, post 3 as far as 3 posts per week. And you can also customize what is shown by going into customize and selecting all of this. So we'll have a card cover as an image, for example. Card size could be large, could be small. There's a lot of different options that you can do, as well as customizing what you want that to look like. The only caveat for this one is you will have an admin section over here and you will have a complete over here. But you can always minimize these if they bother you. Okay, and the last thing I want to show you are the ClickUp docs. So this is a ClickUp doc that we have pinned in the list space. So there is a list here, but we have the doc as like the landing page. And the idea is that it looks kind of like a little dashboard website. So first things first, you can again change the icon color. You can upload your own. You can select emojis versus icons, and you can also just completely remove it. Then on every single page, you can change the cover. They have some defaults that you can use, some gradients, images. You can also search for images. You can link to an image or upload your own. And then that icon that you select over here also can show over here. You just have to put it in your settings. And speaking of settings, if you go to customize while viewing a ClickUp doc, you can change a few things. So you can change the font style. They have sans serif or mono, the font size, the page width, and then if you want to see the cover image or not, if you want to see the page title and icon or not, a subtitle, the owner, who contributes to it, the date it was last updated. They do have a sticky table of contents if that's something you need. So there's a lot of great ways to customize docs in there. And you can get really creative with the doc itself. You can think of this as like a Notion page or like a Google Doc. So you can set up columns. So we have 3 columns here with like menus. So this is a banner where we select here. You can also set an icon for the banner if you wanted to, and that would be right there. This is an image that we inserted here to kind of look as a label and be on brand. This could be a link. This is an emoji. These will all be different links to different things for the client. This is an image that we created in Canva and we customize based on the client. We also have guest resources over here. So like a link to their meeting space, a link to the payment portal, a link to instruction manual if they need it. We also have different images here to just kind of show them what's going on. There's banners as well over here, and you can change the banner colors there. The list will show based on who's assigned to them, and that pulls from this guy over here. So you can embed that in there so you don't have to worry about people having to switch back and forth and figure out how to do that in ClickUp, which can be a little tricky. There's also drop-down options. So we have a toggle here, and this is a pink badge in bold. And then it toggles, and then we have more information there. We also have like an FAQ section, which is a toggle just to kind of make it as concise as possible. And then for the different sections, these are all different pages, so you can kind of nest them within their different sections if you want to. So again, we've changed the icon, the cover. This one's a table. You can also change the color background here if you wanted to. Like here we have gray. You can also italicize it. You can highlight things. We also have pages for each of the different platforms. So for example, this is what the Facebook and Instagram will look like. We've got posting schedule as a little table. We've got the different content pillars, and these are columns, two columns with 2 banners inserted in there. Keywords, this is a 4 column. Hashtags, this is also 4 columns. And then the rest of it is just text. We could always create a mockup in here or link to Canva for the mockup, embed Canva for the mockup, whatever it is you want to do. Again, it's very customizable. It's not quite Notion customizable, but it works. There are things you can do to make it as pretty as possible. And that's how you can transform your ClickUp from basic to beautiful while keeping all the functionality that makes it perfect for social media content. If you want to skip the setup time and grab pre-designed ClickUp templates that already look polished, I've got you covered in my template shop. I have complete social media management workflows that are ready to customize. Plus, I just added a new ClickUp client portal built from a ClickUp doc. It's called the City Signatures Client Portal. This lets you keep your entire client onboarding and welcome packet experience right inside ClickUp, so everything stays in one place and looks completely professional. If you want more systems and workflows for your social media management business, the back office has over 50 trainings covering everything from client management systems to content workflows and business automation. Get your free access at the link in the description. And if you're still here, please let me know if you enjoyed this by engaging wherever you're watching or listening, liking, following the show, or DMing me. Your support is what keeps me inspired to continue creating this content while I'm handling all the production and editing myself. You know where to find the links. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.